Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to show you how to change a basin waste like this clicker that is just not holding any water. The washer has completely perished, and as you can see, with it closed, it drains the water away. A few simple tools you'll need for this job is a pair of grips, some blue roll and some wipes, and a good utility knife or Stanley blade. As you can see, the washer has completely gone on this, so we're going to be changing it over. So we're going to be changing this for this Viva round clicker basin waste that apparently is guaranteed leak free. So we will see at the end of the video if this is leak free or if we're going to need to add silicone to this like I normally do. So this is a nice brass fitting with a chrome finish. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get a good pair of grips or by hand and undo this fitting here, which is part of your trap. This is going to have water in it, so you want to be careful. Make sure you don't go tipping this back down the basin, because this trap will not be connected. So I'm going to disconnect it and pour it down the shower, which is next to it. This is where you're going to probably need a towel or some blue roll just to put on the base of the unit to stop it getting wet. So we're going to undo this, and with my Temu grips, which are still going strong. If you haven't seen my Temu order, or I order a load of plumbing tools, go ahead and click on that. That is a very good watch about the price of some of the Temu products that you can get for a fraction of the cost. So I'm still using these Temu grips, they're very good. So with that loosened, I can then spin this off with your fingers. Be careful, there will be a lot of water probably coming out of here because it all sits in the surround of the basin. So you're going to spin that off like so and push up from the bottom up, nice little hair bogey. Push the waste fitting up from underneath, yummy, and it should just slide out with all the water that will then come with it. So you are going to need your blue roll. As you can see, there's quite a bit of water, so do be prepared, nothing to worry about. As long as you don't turn the tap on, you should be fine. So with that removed, you can then clean up the area where the old one was. You can use a Stanley blade, but it will damage the ceramic coating, so just with some wipes is normally a good idea. Anything tougher, you might need some product on it. Stick that tissue on the underside and clean all that dirt off from underneath. This isn't a pleasant job, but it's a must to get a nice clean seal for the new basin waste to go into. So all I've done here is I've taken the back nut and the spacer washer off and just left the rubber one on the top, putting it in place and lining it up. You've got to make sure the slotted part of this lines up with the back of the overflow, so that when the water goes over the overflow, it goes straight into the slot. As you can see, you slide the rubber washer up, then the plastic spacer washer, then on with your plastic back nut that you should not cross thread because it is plastic. Do that up finger tight, and then get your good set of grips and give that a good tighten. Make sure that's nice and tight. It is only plastic, so don't go too mad, but make sure it is tight. You can always tighten it more if there's a slight drip until it seals properly. So with that nice and tight, we can then remove the trap. I always change my traps, same as my pan connectors, because they're all old rubbers. I like to change them. So for this one, I'm just going to change it to a nice McAlpine. So you're going to undo this nut. Like I said before, this will be full of water, so go tip that down the shower or the toilet and put that to one side or in the bin. You can reuse it and try and reuse it to save some money. You might get a good seal. If not, you might need a few wraps of PTFE around a few of the rubbers. Remove that bogey and that nut, then on with the new nut, the plastic spacer and the rubber washer from the new McAlpine trap. Slide that on, push it on and line this up nice and square. Tighten the nut onto the basin waste so, and also the back nut going into the waste pipe. These can just be hand tight, no need for tools on these, because you'll just force the washer through past the fitting and squash it in, and then it will leak. So just do it hand tight, and if it starts to leak, you can do it a bit more by hand. If you're starting to use tools on it, you're best off undoing it all and redoing it, because something isn't square. So with that all done, drying up the surface, and now you're ready to test it by running the tap and checking for leaks. So here I'm just running the tap through the trap, giving it a good old test before giving it 3 big full up basin drops of water, and then that is to double make sure that there is no leaks before leaving this job, because we don't want to be leaving and coming back because there's a slight little leak. So just make sure you run it enough, don't just run it once and walk away. Give it a good test, because people do brush their teeth for 2 minutes. If there's 2 people, that's 4 minutes. So give it a good 5-minute test, and 3 of these big full basins. Check the overflow as well, make sure there's nothing leaking through there. With that all done and you're happy, you can then tidy up, put the stuff back in the cupboard, and that is a job done. If this video has helped you in any way, or it's not quite what you're looking for, check out the channel, make sure you subscribe. There's plenty more handy tips and tricks on how to do some basic plumbing work, and also some longer videos of day in the life and some awful jobs that I've been to. So with that, I hope this has helped. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and leave some comments about any questions you have in your plumbing game, or any questions you have. Hope you all have a good day. Take care.